Well, I drove by the garden up here while I was out running around to see, had taken a look at it because I've been gone for about a week. Drove by the garden to see how it's growing, and it's growing really, really good. And I look out here, mi amigo Apache is out here with a bucket gathering up. So let's go see what Apache's doing. Let's check him out, okay? Hey, amigo, what's up, man? Que pasa? He's filling a bucket up for the deer is what he's doing. He's not picking for himself, he's picking for the deer. And we got a lot of green tomatoes. Whoa, look at those peppers. Hey, are these peppers right? Boy, you're doing good on growing peppers. Look at those peppers. Look at those. Man, oh man, oh man. Those are beauties right there. Those pepper bushes are loaded. Are they good?
Yeah, they're good.
We're not good at tomatoes, are we? Everybody talks about how easy tomatoes are, and we got them, and we didn't do good on tomatoes last year. But by golly, we know how to grow peppers, don't we? And we know how to grow squash and cucumber and okra, right? Holy cow, the okras are giants. You need to cut those okras with a cutter.
I got it.
Oh, you do? God, no, that's Mr. Scissortail right there. Let me see that cutter. Holy cow, you could cut people's throats with that. Yeah. You just want to cut the okra, not the limb. I got a better one up there. You can get a hold of the okra and use one hand on it. Yeah. Golly. Those big ones, we're going to have to feed all those big ones to the deer.
Yes,
I forgot a bucket. I was going to bring a bucket up and do some gathering myself with some of the smaller ones. Yeah. Cut them up and stick them in the freezer since Chris is not here. But, oh, there's a lot of giants. I mean, a lot of giants. I'm going to go out there and get my deal. I got to go get a bucket, though. I didn't bring a bucket. I've been out shooting stuff, and I didn't have a bucket. So, what do you think, Apache?
Yeah.
Pretty good garden, huh?
Yes, sir.
We don't have any ripe cantaloupes while I was gone, did we?
No.
They're not quite ready yet?
They over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go look at them here in a second. Look at the size of some of those okra. Holy cow, they're a foot long. I wonder if the deer will eat them if they're that big. They're pretty tough when they get that big.
I don't know. I'm just going to take a whole... I already got a bucket over there full.
Do you?
And
you need to use my little cutters probably to cut them up, because you can cut them up real quick with it. I'm going to go back down there and get a bucket. I'm going to ride down there and get a bucket. I just thought I'd come by and see. Look at the sizes of those things. That's because I've been gone a week and I hadn't been out here. You need to cut okra every day. You have to cut okra every day. Look how big those are. See those little ones? It doesn't take them. They go from little to real big real quick. They sure do. And squash, we're still getting a lot of squash, right? Deer eating the squash. We're feeding the deer squash. Without Chris here, I don't have anybody to cook for me, so I'm a little lost out here with all this. But we got lots of cucumbers, a lot of squash, a lot of okra. We've got a lot of weeds in that patch. And a few tomatoes and great looking peppers. Great looking peppers. And our watermelons are growing. Here's some cutters over here, but they look like they're broke. No, they're not very good. I got one that'll cut good. Let me go out there and get it for you. Anyway, that's a real quick little look at the garden. Not much, just a quick little look at it. We got a lot of weeds in this over here. It takes a lot to get these cleaned up. You can see this little patch right over here is cleaned up pretty good. But it takes a lot of work to keep those weeds out of there. When you're watering it and putting fertilizer on, it just takes a lot of work. Nice looking stuff. Nice looking stuff. Guarantee you. Oh, cantaloupes. Quite a few cantaloupes. They're pretty small right now. And some of them are getting bigger. And some of them are beginning to turn. Yeah, they're beginning to turn right. Oh, yeah. We have quite a few cantaloupes. They're getting on up there. Lots of them. Lots of them. That bush is dying, looks like. And lots of squash, lots of squash. Boy, I tell you, those red peppers are shining like a new day. And our little, thinking little bitty tomatoes. All right, Apache's gathering deer food. Gathering deer food. Isn't that something? Gathering deer food. All right, Apache, I'm gonna go get those other clippers of mine. I'm gonna get a bucket, and you leave the clippers up here, okay? Cause I'm gonna cut some okra and stuff. Ooh, that sun's bright. I have no idea where that thing's pointing to. I'm just holding it out here. That's a little visit to the garden, a little quick visit to the garden. I don't know if we've been to the garden yet this year or not on videos. So, some people ask me how we're keeping all the deer. With all the deer that we have, how do you keep the deer out of the garden? And right there's how you keep them out. You put a big high fence around it. That's exactly how we keep them out of there. You see that fence around there? That's a regular deer fence. We could actually have another deer pen there if we wanted. But that's how we keep them out. Now, a lot of what we use the garden for is we feed the stuff to the deer. They love the squash, they love the okra, they love the cucumbers, they love the tomatoes, they love the watermelons, they love everything that we love. They love everything that we love. So, anyway, a little quick trip to the garden. Hey guys and girls, it looks like that the garden season is just about over at Twin Eagle Ranch, but we had a good one. You know, we didn't really get to enjoy it nearly as much as we did last year because of Chris's illness, but Apache got to enjoy it a lot. Apache had a lot of tomatoes, he had a lot of okra, he had a lot of peppers. I'm telling you, Apache, of course, you know, he likes peppers, so I don't really like the peppers at all, so the peppers were something Apache really enjoyed. But, we got a lot of cantaloupes, you know. I was here a lot by myself. I was here some with just Chris and I here, and I'm not the greatest cook in the world, but I got to tell you, I've learned quite a bit. I made a pot roast yesterday, which I should have done a video on, because I did a pot roast in the crock pot. It's the easiest thing in the world. If you guys are not doing this, you need to be doing that. I mean, you know, anytime you have to spend time at home, hey, go down and buy a big old roast, put it in the crock pot. It's the easiest thing in the world. If it's so, I didn't know it was so easy. I thought Chris was like the greatest pot roast cooker in the world. I think I made one better than her. Don't you tell her that. Don't you tell her. But anyway, so Chris and I had a great pot roast last night, and it was fantastic. I put the carrots in it, some of the carrots we've been feeding the deer. I took some of those and put in my pot roast, put potatoes in there, and just had an outstanding pot roast. I'm talking about a really, really outstanding pot roast. And we got about half of it left over. It was about a $15 pot roast, so it's quite a bit of meat. We got about half of it left over, so we're going to be able to have like 1 or 2 more meals out of it. So it was really, really good. But anyway, the garden season is getting close to over, but I had quite a few cantaloupes. I enjoyed a lot of the cantaloupes. While Chris was staying here with me, she enjoyed those cantaloupes. We had cantaloupes a lot, and what we got here toward the end of the season is watermelons, yellow-meated watermelons. And I didn't know really what kind of watermelon seeds Apache got. I just gave him money and told him to buy seeds, and he did. And he bought it at the flea market he likes to go to on Sundays, and so we had some yellow-meated watermelons. They were nice, big, long watermelons, and we got 1 or 2 still left in the garden, so we're still going to have a little bit of watermelon. But they are some kind of good and some kind of sweet, just absolutely fantastic. So we still got a few little okra going up there, and but we just about had everything else. The deer also enjoyed the garden this summer because we had a lot of squash, we had a lot of cucumbers, and we fed an awful lot of those to the deer. So that's been good too. The deer that's in the pen got most of those. Those are kind of Apache's babies. He kind of takes real good care of all those deer in the pen. So he was pretty much cutting fruit out of the garden every day and giving them to the deer. But that's good. That's good. You know, we're growing stuff for our deer, and that's fantastic. It's no different than putting out the Okmulgee River Buckmaker food plots that we're getting ready to put out for the fall. I got a couple of pallets, should be getting here pretty soon. They're having trouble finding people to ship them. We have the same problem with our South Fresh deer food, is getting it here is the biggest problem. But anyway, the garden's about over, but we had a good garden season. We just didn't get to enjoy it as much as ever. I still would like to buy and put in a greenhouse. I'd love to have a greenhouse there because I think we could do so much better job, and we're not the world's greatest gardeners, so we need all the help we can get. We got a lot of great things happening here in the fall. You know, we had a little surprise for you that I shot some video of, and somehow I deleted the video. Apache actually put Chris in a concrete walkway leading to our ramp, so she wouldn't have to go through the mud and stuff to wheel a wheelchair up there. It was Apache's idea.
And I say we put it in. Apache did 99% of the work. He probably didn't do 99. He did 90% of the work on that one. But we got that walkway in. I deleted the video. I'd like to show you that because Apache did a magnificent job on that. We've got some good fall projects. I'm getting 3 pallets of sod in here in the next 2 or 3 days. I've got it bought from a local sod place. It's just right down the road from us here in Murray County, Oklahoma. He may be across the line into Carter County, I'm not sure. But Keith White has got a sod farm down there, and I've got 3 pallets that my son-in-law, Dr. Jack Cassis, is going to pick up here in a day or two. While I'm gone over the weekend working, and Apache's going to get that down probably maybe Saturday afternoon, and they may shoot some video of it. I don't know, but that's we're going to get some sod down because we've actually got so many deer in the yard that they are ruining our grass. They're ruining the grass. We got just a lot of bare places, so I'm going to put some sod down. We're going to put a little fence around, try to keep the deer out from getting in there. We're going to put a short fence. We're thinking they might won't jump over there in it. And around it and try to let that sod get started. We don't have much time because this is the middle of September, but we're going to get that started. Hopefully we're going to be fishing quite a bit. We're going to be planting that Okmulgee River buckmaker plot real soon. We'll probably let you see how that's going too and how we're doing that. We got really fantastic success with our spring plots. We got more hay this year than we've ever had because we hayed those plots once we were through them, and the deer was able to still feed on them. They're still feeding on them right now, as a matter of fact, even though we did hay out of them, and we got about probably 50% more hay than we've ever got. So it was really good putting those plots down. Really worked out well. But anyway, it's been a good. Better watch where I'm walking out here. The rattlesnakes are still out. They're beginning to move around. They're beginning to move around for the fall, to move back to their winter homes where they'll den up for the winter. Right now they're still feeding quite a bit, but they're beginning to move back. We're beginning to see a few more snakes moving. I'm not nearly out at night near as much as I used to, so I've just been pretty close to the house because I don't want to leave Chris alone at all, and so we're being very, very careful about that. And she is getting better, and pretty soon we're going to be able to get out there and enjoy what we've got down here. Be back out here making some more television shows for the fall, and just really having a great time. It's fall is just around the corner. Be doing a video or two here pretty soon talking about how to transition from the summertime fishing to the fall fishing, because the fall fishing is obviously very, very great, and there's some key things you need to concentrate on. I'll be sharing those with you so you'll be able to have really good success out there fishing this fall. So guys and girls, it's been a great summer. The garden season is about over. We've got a couple, 2 or 3 big old watermelons left in there. I got a half a watermelon left in the fridge. We had watermelon last night after our roast. We're going to have watermelon tonight after our leftover roast. I don't know much about noodles, but I know you can put some noodles in that leftover roast and have noodles, because Chris does that a lot. So anyway, we're going to be having a great time. It's so great having Chris here. She's taking her nap right now. Let me get out to wander around a little bit. I told her I'd shoot a video or two. But anyway, don't forget, we have merchandise on jimmyhouston.com. We're putting a link to that on the end of every video. Right now we've got sunglasses, we've got t-shirts, we've got Jimmy Houston equipment, rods and reels, Jimmy Houston spinner baits I think are on there. We'll be having the new Red Man bait on there pretty soon. You can buy Jimmy Houston Red Man spinner baits from us, or go to luckystrike.com and buy them direct from them. They're the same price either way. It doesn't make any difference. But you buy them from us or you buy them from Lucky Strike. But go in there and check that jimmyhouston.com out for all the latest Jimmy Houston merchandise. We're going to be trying to add merchandise all along as we go along. We'll be having the giant deer antler video again tomorrow, not tomorrow night, but be having it Thursday night. So this is Tuesday right here. So we'll be having it Thursday night, and of course we'll be having Chris's deer video Friday night of her feeding the deer this week. She's got to feed them both morning and evening. We've gone through a lot of grapes, gone through a lot of carrots, and see if Nina is warming up to Chris being here and realizing that Chris is a pretty nice lady too. We've got a little bit of breeze, nice walking out here along the edge of the lake, and the wind blowing, having a great time, and just a great day at Twin Eagle Ranch. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today, and remember, I sure do love you.